Welcome back to my statistics class. So today we will talk about the graphs of numerical data. So there are some frameworks to describe a numerical data, such as the shape, center, spread, and unusual features. What is the shape of a numerical data, which is such as the trend. So center, basically is asking for the expected value or the median of the data. So spread means the variance, unusual feature, which is outliers. So here are the example. So here is a set of 15 exam score for a fictional statistic classes, not our classes. So we have the lowest score with 31, the highest score is 100, and then draw a dot plot for these data. So how do we draw a dot plot? First of all, we need to draw a line long enough to hold all of your data. So again, our data range is from 31 to 100. And then you want to label the plot, and scale should be consistent, represent the same unit. So we're starting with 13, 40, 50. Look, each unit should be the same. The gap should be 10 units. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, ups, 110. Okay, and then we put each dot into the dot plot. So 31 should be in here. So every time after label it, I would like to cross it so I would not missing any data point or accidentally draw two data points on the dot plot. 62 and 65, 70, 76, 81, 82. So now we have 282. What you would do is you stack 82, 87, 88, and 89, 94, 95, 98, and 100. So here's a dot plot. So dot plot is great for small data set. Look, this is just 15 data set. We can use a dot plot. But what if you have a large data set, such as the data set has 1,000 data points? In this case, it would be better we do a histogram for the data. So now let's use the same set of data and try to sketch the corresponding histogram for the data using a bin width of 10. This is really important because I already told you that, hey, they want the bin width of 10. Scale and label the graph appropriately. So consider this is the coordinate plane, always starting with the origin 0. And since our smallest data is 30, so our next one should be 13. The bin width should be 10 units because it tells you that with a bin width of 10. So these are 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100, 110. So from 0 to 13, you may say, hey, this is not the bin width of 10, this is the bin width of 13. What you would do is you draw the line of break so that you know that, hey, from 0 to 13, the data does not exist, okay? So now let's take a look. Our x-axis should represent the data value, and then our y-axis should be the frequencies or the counts. Okay, such as occurs once, occur twice, this data occurs 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that should be our 5 value. Okay, so now let's count. So from 13 to 14, we only have one data, right? So what you would do is you jot 1. So, and then let's look. From 60s to 70s, we have 62 and 65. So we will draw 2, it occurred twice in this interval. So, okay, you might ask me, so 70, should I put 17 into the from 60 to 70 or 70 to 80? So in fact, there's a rule called right-hand rule. Which means the data, if it's on the edge, such as 70, of the bin, goes to the right hand. What's that mean? So 17 instead goes to the left hand, which goes to the right hand, which is to 17 through 80. So now let's count. 70, 76, we totally have 2 data points. So it will be here. You can label it or not label it, that's either way is okay. So from 18 to 19, we have 81, 82, 82, another 82, 87, 89, 88, and 89. So totally is 6 data points. From here, with 6 data points. So if we draw the histogram with the frequencies of 6. And then from 19 to 100, we have 19.4, 19.5, and 19. Remember, 100 is on the edge of the bin. You should go towards the right hand, not the left hand. So here we have the frequency of 3. And then from 100 and 110, we have 1 data point. Okay. So let me use another way to explain the right-hand rule. So think about the interval. So for right-hand rule, it's more like the left side would be the bracket, 60 to 70, and then the right hand would be the parentheses. That means the edge is not going to include it. It's always like including 60 but not 70, including 70 but not 80. That's how I understand it. Okay, there's one more thing that you need to always remember is on a histogram, you always starting with the origin. The origin is always 0. Okay, let me know if you have other questions about histogram or dot plots.